Filming the witch's dramatic exit in Munchkinland, Margaret Hamilton was burned by the fire surrounding her trapdoor when the crewmen in charge of the flames set them off too early and Hamilton's shoulders were still above the floor. She received second-degree burns on her face and third-degree burns on her fingers and went to the hospital for 6 weeks to recover. After that, she refused to do anything else that required smoke or fire, which meant that the filmmakers had to use a stand-in to film the skywriting scene. Hamilton was wise to make that call though, because the broom blew up on the stand-in, which sent her flying in the air and crashing to the stage floor, and she had to be sent to the hospital to recover. Aside from her bad run-ins with fire, Margaret Hamilton also suffered from her toxic makeup that contained copper. But by the end of filming, she had so much of it in her pores that her skin had a greenish tint for about 6 months after filming was over. The Wicked Witch wasn't the only one with makeup problems, because the Tin Man was played by 2 actors since the first one was almost killed by his makeup. Buddy Ebsen was the first actor to portray the Tin Man, and he was coated with an aluminum powder at least 12 times a day to keep his face shining for every take. But the application of the powder created an aluminum dust cloud around his face that he would inadvertently breathe in. He eventually had so much aluminum in his lungs that one day he suddenly stopped breathing and keeled over due to instant emphysema. Ebsen had to be rushed to the hospital where he spent 6 weeks recovering under an oxygen tent, and Jack Haley was hired as his replacement. Unfortunately, the deadly aluminum powder was swapped for what turned out to be a deadly aluminum paste, because when the paste accidentally got in Jack Haley's eyes, it caused an infection so bad that he had to be hospitalized for about a week in order to save his vision. The scarecrow face that Ray Bolger wore was partly made of a rubber prosthetic with a woven pattern to make it look like a burlap sack. But by the time filming had wrapped, the prosthetic had left a pattern of lines on his face that was so deep it took more than a year for his skin to heal. The main characters weren't the only ones suffering from on-set mishaps.